Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and Face ID has been out for over 6 months now. I've been using it most of that time on my iPhone X, and I wanted to talk about if it's any better, what it's like. So for those of you that aren't terribly familiar with it, it's sending out a dots or dot blaster to your face, an infrared, and then it's picking that information up, matching it to what's stored on the phone locally, and then unlocking your phone based on that. It changes with you over time, and it's pretty reliable for the most part. Now, I did show how this works in another video, how it throws the dots onto your face and picks all that up. You have to pick it up pretty fast to see that, but the overall idea is great and works well. However, there's points when it's just not as convenient. And one of those I mentioned before was at CES. So at CES, I wanted to record something. I unlocked it, and let's do that again. Unlocked it, and it took me a moment to look at my phone while I was going around CES looking at the show floor, then pick it up and use the camera. Now I know I could use that from the lock screen, but it wasn't any faster really because I still had to pick it up and push the button. Now with something like the iPhone 8 Plus or older, just unlock it like that, and by the time you get it out of your pocket, you've already got your thumb on it, it's unlocked. So it's definitely faster. It was slower when it first came out, but now it's much faster than it used to be. And Face ID I think will get there, but at this time, it's still not as fast as Touch ID. It's very close. Now, situations where I don't like Face ID usually are in the morning when you have to look at your screen and turn it on and maybe you're having a hard time seeing because it's bright in the room or something like that. You're first opening your eyes, you want to look at your phone. It may be a little bit difficult. You could put in your passcode, but that's one instance. Another instance is if it's laying flat on a table like this, you can tap to turn it on, swipe to unlock, but it's not going to see you, whereas with this one, you can just unlock it and you're in. So to use it on a table, you first have to pick it up like this, it unlocks, put it back down, and then you can use it. So those are the most inconvenient scenarios. The other scenarios that are inconvenient is if maybe you picked it up like this and you're sliding your hand around, you might have to do it over again. That's usually what I run into is if I'm picking my phone up, my thumb will, or my hand will cover this a little bit. I'll have to move it out of the way and then unlock it, depending on where I'm picking it up from. You'll see it works reliably over and over, and it does work well. But again, there's that slight delay. Now, after using a bunch of different Android phones that have the fingerprint sensor on the back, I would actually like to see it there as well. I love the idea of just picking your phone up like this out of your pocket and it unlocks. Unfortunately, this doesn't have both options. You just have the one, but it does work reliably and it's been working well all along. So it has gotten better and a little bit faster over time. Now, there's not much more to talk about other than that. I'm sure we'll see Face ID 2 where it's improved and faster. And of course, you've got those animojis, and you've got the animojis that work pretty well most of the time. You'll see there's a little bit of lag, and that might be because I'm on iOS 11.4, one of the later betas at this point, but any of these seem to work pretty well. I like the Lion in particular, but honestly, I've used this maybe once since it came out. It's not something I find myself using a lot. So it's nice, but I'm not sure it's better over this. I do like the bezel-less screen, of course, on this one. It just looks better to me, but this one is just much easier and much faster. Aside from those, the other thing I don't like about Face ID is the double tap to install an app. I find it to be more of a pain than anything just double tapping. I think they could just put a button on the screen, but I'm sure they do that for security reasons, and I've had that discussion before. Overall, though, I think it's fine, and it will definitely get better over time. It's in its earlier stages, and Touch ID is fantastic now, so I'm sure this will get better by then. But let me know your thoughts about Face ID in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.